I'm so disappointed. I can't believe Adam Silver and the NBA didn't resolve this problem once and for all. Why are they dragging this thing on for so long? This thing should have been finished from before the trade even happened. Yeah, come on, like this, there's no way this should be taking this long. You know, like Raptors need to move on. People, the fans need to move on. The league need to move on. We need to know what's going on. We need this resolved. Enough of that, man. Enough. Raptors fans thought Kawhi Leonard was coming home. A blockbuster trade was agreed to. Excitement was building and trying to look like they were ready to make a major statement. But now, everything is on hold. The NBA investigation has frozen the situation, and Adam Silver has finally spoken. So today on Jurassic GM, we're breaking down what happened, what it means, and what I would do if I was running the Raptors.
Goodbye.
Shed's gonna.
Sayonara.
The Raptors fan thought Kawhi Leonard was coming home. We all were so excited, The blockbuster trade was agreed to, excitement was building, and trying to look like they're ready to make a major statement. But now everything is on hold. The NBA investigation has frozen the situation, and Adam Silver has finally spoken. But still, we haven't got what we're looking for. So today on Jurassic GM, we're breaking down what happened, what it means, and what I would do if I was running the Raptors. Segment 1. The trade that started everything. Explained. The Raptors and Clippers reportedly agreed to a trade centered around Kawhi Leonard returning to Toronto. The reported package had Toronto sending Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, and future draft assets, which are 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks, to the Los Angeles Clippers for Leonard. From a GM perspective, this is a win-now move for Toronto. Toronto is basically saying we believe in Scottie Barnes, we believe this young core is ready, and we don't want to waste years waiting. Yeah, like why waste years, you know what I mean? Like we build up something new, we've been rebuilding, have a nice young core build. It's time to start chasing the championship. We can't waste time and wait till Scottie's in his 30s. That's when we say we're going for championship. We need to have like a nice window, a nice 7-year, 10-year, 11-year window where we just be able to dominate, compete for the championship, Even if we're not winning, we're in the NBA finals, at least Eastern finals. We are in the mix of things, Can't wait too long to do that. It's a good move to pull it now, especially you getting Kawhi Leonard. It's the right time, Kawhi Leonard with Scottie Barnes gonna be an amazing duo, especially on the defensive end. Added with CMB, that's gonna be a crazy defense. And then you just add Jacoby and Shed in that 5 for as far as the defensive end. And trust me, that's good luck trying to score on that 5. Yeah, man. So yeah, let me just see. So the pros. The pros of this is Kawhi Leonard is experience. He won championship here. He's a good player. He's a go-to player. He's a clutch player. He's a finisher, So it's a good move. And it comes with elite defense. He's one of the best, if not the best, defensive player in the league. And it's been like that for years. He's always been in the top mix for as far as defensive player in the league. He most likely is the best two-way player in the league. I would say he's the best two-way player in the league. And then Scottie Barnes. There's a few good two-way players, but those two are the two. Not just because it's my team, Toronto, We're going to defend our team, but yeah, we have to talk it as it is, And then with Kawhi Leonard and Scottie, that playoff leadership, we have that, So good, the veteran presence, the playoff leadership, Kawhi to Scottie Barnes, and even the whole entire team too, It's a really good thing, And the only concerns people have is his age. He's 35, I believe that he'll be, you see players, Vince Carter play till he's in his, 41 or at least or something like that. 40, somewhere around there. But yeah, hopefully his age hold up, and his health. Hopefully his health hold up, that's what I mean. The thing is we have good load management. So Yeah, that should be an alright thing, Um, the assets that we sacrificed, the main part of the asset we sacrificed, Brandon Ingram was good still for that 1 year and thing, He's good player, but we have to give up something to get something. And then the other main part of it is yeah, we had give greedy, but the other main thing is the picks, the 2 picks. So we really sacrifice the 2 first round picks, the 2 second round picks, not too bad, but we have to really sacrifice the 2 first round picks to really get this done. Which is fine because it's just so serious we are in going for the championship right now. And my really good stuff. Anyway, segment 2. Why is this trade on hold? Yeah, okay, let's see how far we can explain the investigation or see what we can find in the investigation. So it says that the NBA has been investigating whether the Clippers violated salary cap rules related to an endorsement arrangement involving Kawhi Leonard and Aspiration. The Clippers have denied wrongdoing. So the Clippers have said they never do nothing. They never do anything wrong. Investigation is about some endorsement around a company called Aspirations. But the company is bankrupt from what I hear. So that's what's going on with that. Also, before I go any further, let me know in the comments what you think about the situation. What Raptors should do, what would you do, or what should the NBA do, what need to get done, or how soon you think it will be done, and etc. Yeah, so it says the investigation is focused on the Clippers organization and whether league rules were violated. Kawhi Leonard himself has not been charged with wrongdoing. So that's a good thing. And that's why I know from the beginning that the most of the focus is on LA Clippers themselves. So the good thing about it, most likely we don't have to worry much about Kawhi. It's Clippers that's on the main, you know. Hopefully just hurry up and get it over and done with. So we can just go and think about our team and add the few little tweaks that we need. Yep. Good stuff. Okay, anyway, segment 3. Why did Toronto pause the trade? This is a key point. Let me see what they say first. The Raptors were informed that if they complete the trade while the investigation was unresolved, they would assume the risk of possible consequences affecting Kawhi's situation. Toronto decided to wait until the investigation is complete. Okay. Makes sense. I do understand the situation, of course. If I'm the GM of Toronto Raptors, then definitely I'll make the same situation. Like you don't want to inherit a problem you didn't create, and then you inherit it and then all the things fall on you and then you're suffering for something that you didn't really have to suffer for just because you wanted a player, you know. I think they make the right decision. It needed to be over and done with quick, but Raptors make the right decision. Not gonna rush and say, okay, we'll take it just to get it over and done with. No, that's some serious stuff. You're not part of it. You don't know what it's about and all this stuff. You don't wanna get tied up in that. But the NBA just need to get it over and done with quick. Like this is been dragged out for too long, for real. Anyway, let's get into it again now. Segment 4. Yeah, Adam Silver's update. This is the newest part of the situation. Yesterday, as far as when I'm recording this on Wednesday, or yesterday, Tuesday, July 14th, them times. Adam Silver said he hopes the investigation wraps up this summer and said the trade was not paused by the league itself. The teams choose not to move forward while the investigation remains open. Okay. He's saying the NBA is not to be blamed.
What it do, baby? Yeah.
Teams knew and all of this stuff and shouldn't have if they didn't want to, but why the NBA taking so long? Like, why is this take so long? They should never take so long. Like, they should have been easy reason, especially before the trade and while the trade is going. They should just put the trade through, especially knowing that they should just make it clear that it's the Clippers that's gonna be penalized. So just do it or just get it over and done with, man. The NBA is taking too long. Just get it over and done with. The team should also be allowed to negotiate while investigation is continuing, Right now it's unfair for Toronto. Like we need to get this over and done with. We're not part of what happened. We know the player it's what it's surrounded, but it looks like the player is not part of is not at fault. So let's get it over and done with. Right? Right. Okay, next segment. My GM take. What should Toronto do? If the trade is approved, then we just keep building. Like we say, keep building around Scottie Barnes, Kawhi Leonard, the young core. You know what I mean? Adds a few players here and there. We have some good thing. We want to set this thing like a 7-year minimum, 7-year window and keep growing future, you know what I mean? But 7-year window is nice. Scotty Edge. So yeah, Scotty I get, 7 to 11-year window we say. All about Scotty and him age, because we're gonna keep it. Scotty gonna retire Raptors, I said in previous videos, Yeah man, real talk. Yeah, using Kawhi Leonard strategy now. I would, manage his minutes same way. I wouldn't depend on him because he's 35 years old. I wouldn't depend on him to carry everything. So like in the regular season manages, it's the same way like the workload management, you know. And then playoff is when he really have to just, let him loose, let him play as much as he can. But during the regular season, you manage him properly, and that's why I say it's good to get the Rosen, man. If you get the Rosen, then regular season, the Rosen can carry some of the scoring load to off of the bench, Yeah, off the bench would be real nice. So while Kawhi Leonard sit out to some time, then he could be there, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, we could do this. If the trade changes, oh man, that's gonna be a lot of mess. I don't know, man. Obviously, we have to protect our young assets. They would have to give us back our picks. We would have to find some other veteran, either somebody to pair up Scotty with, or two good players. We have to make some other move. Like, we wouldn't stick with the team. I wouldn't want to take back Ingram and all of that stuff, And Grady, like, it wouldn't make sense. Like, they have to make go through. Like, it wouldn't make sense for the players to come back to the team where they are. You're gonna say, oh, trade them to another team, then and stuff like that. And it's crazy. You need to get it over and done with. But if it doesn't work out, we just continue the same building around Scottie Barnes. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, Scottie is the present and future. At the end of it, he'll be the greatest drafter of all times, Triple double threat every night. Stat sheets tougher. That's what they call it. Yeah. Okay. Alright, next segment. The Eastern Conference impact. Let's discuss if Corey joins Toronto, where do we rank? If he joins Toronto, we rank at least second, first or second. Most third. We're gonna be top 4 for sure. Can they challenge Boston? Where Boston is right now? Yeah, Boston just have Tatum and a lot of 3-point shooters, I guess. As far as I know. If I don't know, unless there's something I don't know about, let me know in the comments. Can they challenge Cleveland? We already proved that time. If we're getting quiet, then that's easy peasy. But if they get LeBron, it's going to be a little challenge. But we'll still beat them. Yeah. Are they top 4? Yeah, as I said, they'll be top 4 for sure, I would say. What playoff matchup would I want? First round, if we're like top 4, any of those other teams that's up and coming, that's fine. Alright, if a team that was supposed to do good didn't do good, we don't care. Second round. Second round, we'll play somebody else that's not maybe Boston. So maybe if it's Miami or what's the other team? Cleveland or even Indiana, Yeah, those would be nice. For the Eastern Finals, we and New York would be nice. That would be a good matchup, a good, 7-game series. Which hopefully we could win that, and then from there beat OKC or San Antonio or Minnesota or Lakers. You know it go. Yeah. GM verdict. My GM verdict. My GM verdict is that Toronto made the right move by being aggressive. But they also made the right move by protecting themselves in this whole drama that's going on right now, you know? This, if you watch a video later and things resolved when it went on, you know? Yeah. Kawhi Leonard trade makes sense basketball wise. But the front office has to make sure the foundation is solid before moving forward. Yeah, that's true thing, you know? Yeah, man. You can't just jump the gun with it and, you know? We need it to be resolved, but you have to protect the team. So, you know, the team and the organ. You have to protect the team and the organization. So, just so it go, you know? Yeah, man. So you don't know, I'm Jurassic GM, Beyond the Arc Toronto, where we don't just watch basketball, we build teams, you know? Yeah, man, thank you for watching and everything, you know? Come back again, watch the other videos, subscribe, like, share, and the full works, you know? Yeah, man, don't know. Have a beautiful, blessed, hopeful, and happy day. Let's go, Raptors!
Wow!